Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Hey, it's John Howell here with you today, and right now I am very excited. And the reason why is because in this video, I'm going to walk you through a real simple but powerful trading system called the Blast Off trading system. You see, I did not learn this from another course or someone else. So this is the only place you'll ever see this system taught because I created this system. You see, the way that this system came about was spending hours and hours every week for the last 10 years and studying up on price action. You see, and I started to realize that there were certain times in the market where the market would blast off. You've seen it before, right? Where the market would just explode in one direction and you're thinking, man, I'd love to be on that. And I was the same, so I said there must be something on the chart to tell me that the explosion is about to happen, so get ready. So after many years of learning how to understand price action, I started to notice that there was a pattern that formed just before the blast off. So I spent hours back testing and noticed that the same pattern just before the blast off, and the results were amazing. You see, I also started trading real time in real moving forward, and what happened is that it's been one of my top trading systems over the last 10 years, and it truly is amazing. Wait till you, again, in this video, I'm going to walk you through all the steps so you fully understand it. I'm not going to hold anything back. You got to fully understand this trading system. In fact, I'm going to show you a trade that I did not that long ago. So let's get into how this system works so you can start using it today as well. You're going to learn what I believe is another very powerful system. One thing you're learning within this whole program here is several different powerful trading systems that you're learning when it comes to trading. Now the good thing about this, once again, you can apply this to any market out there. Doesn't matter what market you're trading. And I call this the Blast Off trading system because the good thing about this is when it works really well. And that's what you want as a trader, right? If you're going to get stopped out, you want to get small stops, but when it works really well. So even if you have the 50-50 win-loss ratio, which is not that hard to get, flip a coin, then you can still do well, you know what I mean? And we'll talk about that in just a minute. But this is the Blast Off system, and it's very powerful, and it works on all different types of time frames. And we're going to go to a live chart soon as well too. So let's actually just walk you through this system step by step so you fully understand it. So once again, it doesn't matter what time frame you're looking at, the system stays the same. Whether it's a 30-minute forex chart or a daily stock chart or a weekly futures chart, it doesn't matter. Okay, the system stays the same. Okay, so let's have a look at this here. Firstly, what we want to see is we want to be able to notice that the market is running up and hitting an area of resistance. And as you can see by the figure chart I've got on the screen right now, you can see it's hitting an area where it's actually having problems breaking through. You know what I mean? Like ceiling resistance up through here. Make sense? And as you can see, is that this level through here, okay, this level through here, it just keeps breaking up, but also you get this level through here being sort of bringing it to the highest as well. So you can see it's squeezing up and squeezing up and squeezing up. Makes sense? And so if you can see that, what's happened now is it's brought it back down. It's brought it back down again, okay? And then it's come back up, okay? So here's the actual system in itself. What we're looking for is when the market is hitting an area of resistance on a horizontal basis. And I'm not sure, some people are going to say how many times. More than 3 times, I would say. Okay, so once, twice, 3, more than 3 times, and you've got a level. But if you can see over several times, 3 or 4 or 5 times, generally the longer it is, the better it's going to be. The better the trades likely to work out. Okay, and what's likely to happen is it's likely to get a bit of a triangle pattern where it's squeezing up. You can see how it's squeezing up and squeezing up and squeezing up. Okay, so once we're struggling at an area of resistance through here, where the market's struggling to get through, but also squeezing up through these areas through here. So we're squeezing, and you can see it's getting to a point where it's just likely to explode. That's why I call it the Blast Off system. And now here's the key that we're looking for to make this thing work all the best for what we're looking at here. What we're looking for is the market to run down, okay? So we've got our criteria. The market's been running up and hitting area resistance for a while. It's been squeezing up as well too. The market comes back down and then it comes straight back up and it gives you this little higher trough. Okay, so this little higher trough. So the market's hitting resistance through here. It's squeezing up. And then what happens, it hits the resistance again and comes back down, and this gives you this little high trough and then breaks up and then closes above this line through this area of resistance through here. That area there, if that happens, if this setup happens, where it's been resisting for quite some time, it's been pushing to the high side for quite some time, and then it's been hitting resistance, breaking off, and then it gives you a little small high trough and then closes above there, this here is very, very powerful, and we're likely to get a blast off. Now, the good thing about this system is, again, I'm going to show you a live chart in a minute, but the good thing about this system is this, is that your stop would be just below here. Okay, so this is where your stop would be, but your target is at least 3 times your stop. So whatever your stop is, just say for example your stop is $100, well then your target is going to be at least a $300 profit. That's what you're aiming for, and that's the good thing about this system is when it works really, really well. And that's a minimum. Sometimes you can go 4 or 5 or 6 depending on what you want to do, depending on the level of experience, but you know, the target should be at least 3 times the stop here. Okay, so once again I'm just going to walk through the system just a little bit more here. Okay, and then what we're going to do is I'm then going to go to the live chart itself. Okay, so resistance, resistance, resistance. The market's hitting an area of horizontal resistance. Okay, horizontal, it keeps hitting it, but it's also pressurizing to the high side, pressurizing, and then gives you and then the market runs down and gives you a little high trough and then breaks out. Little high trough before the breakout. That's very, very powerful. That's showing that the buyers are ready to explode to the upside, and that's why I call it the blast off system, because it works so well. The stops here and the targets here. Okay, so let's actually go look at a live chart right now, and let me actually just show you what's going on, and a trade that I actually took just a couple of hours ago, literally a couple of hours ago, from doing this recording for you. Okay, so let's actually just let me just show you this. This is actually a live chart that's working right now. Okay, I'm going to show you the live price in just a minute, but it's just a trade that I took just recently, and I thought, you know what, I could actually add this to the members area because this is another powerful trading system that people can use, and you know, hopefully benefit from it as well too. Now, it doesn't matter what chart this is. Okay, it could be a 30-minute chart, an hourly chart, a daily chart, a weekly chart. It doesn't matter. Okay, and I'm trading that this is the forex chart here, but it doesn't matter again. Okay, works really well on the stock market chart, stock market as well too. Okay. So as we saw just there on the actual PowerPoint itself, right? What we're looking for is we're looking for areas of resistance. Okay, so you can see it almost hit here, and we had once here, twice here, and then 3 here. Okay, and then it backed off. So as you can see, the market's pressurizing up. See, it's getting a whole bunch of area of resistance through here. Okay, and the market's pushing to the high side and pushing to the high side. And if I open this up now and show you a bit more. See how this is working right now? Okay, let me just, and so I'm zooming again. So what we're looking at a closer view than this. Okay, so you can see here that this sort of hit resistance here and then bounced off. Hit resistance here, came down. You can see it's pressurizing. If I just bring this over through here, the recording, you can actually see. Okay, so it's pressurizing through here, and the market's running out, pressurizing through here. And then if I bring it back over again, okay, so then you can see that it's coming up and it's pressurizing through here as well too. But you got 1 resistance, 2 resistance, 3 resistance. But notice this here, okay? Notice that the market couldn't close above this level through here. It couldn't close above this level through here, and it couldn't close above this level through here. So what happened? The market was bouncing up and down, up and down. It came down, gave this small little high trough, and gave this big up bar, and closed there. That would be your entry. Your stop would be at the bottom here. Okay, your stop would be at the bottom here, and you can have a bit more advanced stop if you want to, meaning that if the market goes up a little bit and then comes straight back down and comes back down through here, well then you know you're likely to get stopped out. You know what I mean? Because if it breaks back below this support or resistance level, then you know you're not likely gonna be in a good trade. So you know, I did say put the stop through here on the PowerPoint presentation just a minute ago, but if you want to, you know, for me, for this trade here and here, I got in here, but my stop was like here. You know what I mean? So it was only a very, very small stop because I knew that if it closed up here but then came straight back down below this support and resistance level, this is resistance now. It's resistance. I'm expecting this level to be support. But if it breaks all the way back down through here, now it's likely to run up and hit resistance. Makes sense?
So it's resistance, 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 and it breaks through. I'm expecting this thing to blast off, but if it doesn't, if it breaks back down through here, well, then it's likely to be resistance again. So I don't want to wait for the market to get down to here to stop me out. Does that make sense? Again, you might want to test which one works for you better, but especially if you've got a big long candle like I have here, big long one, then I definitely want to be able to have my stop as small as possible. Again, it's about, in trading, remember, in trading, it's all about trying to keep your losses small and then letting your wins go, okay? So that's where I had my stop, and unfortunately for me, I didn't actually have to do that. And again, the blast off system, check this out. Boom. Right? So let me just go back here for a minute. Remember, this is the high trough through here, right? If I just squeeze this chart a little more, remember, this is a small little high trough, right? Squeezing up, squeezing up, squeezing up, small little high trough, breakout, close above it. That's the entry there. Okay? That's the entry there. And then what do? Is you're looking for the blast off. And what happens is if I just do that, boom, you can see it goes up. And then, as you can see, the market just took off right off to the upside. Pretty cool, huh? And obviously this is the live market right now as we speak. So this is the trade that I took. Literally, this is the trade here that I took. And I thought, wow, I want to be able to show you guys this trade here and show you what it did here. Okay, so as you can see, the thing just blasted to the high side. And this is what actually happens when this whole thing comes together. And I saw this like, this is an absolute cracking trade. And I was on it. And I got onto it here, and obviously a couple of hours later, I was done and dusted with the trade, but I was very, very, very happy with the outcome result. Okay, so again, what I want you to do is I want you to watch this video over and over and over again, but just to see how powerful this is. As you can see, there's no indicators, there's no moving averages, no volume, anything like that. It's just simple price action, learning how to read price action, simple systems that do really, really well in the markets, and hopefully can help you with your trading overall. Okay, so that's what we're doing here. Let's actually just go back to the PowerPoint presentation now. Let me just bring this over here. Where's the screen? Okay, I'm professional live editing right in front of you right now. All right, so now you've seen the stick figure chart, okay? Now you've seen the stick figure chart. Now we've actually seen the live charts. Let's actually go look at some outcomes following my rules I've just said. Now remember I said before, like you just saw just a minute ago, right, that my stop was really small. Now remember, let me just bring this back up again for a minute, just so you fully understand this. Remember I said before, right, that if I just bring this back a minute ago, if I just bring this back through here. Remember I said to you before that my stop was here, okay? So if I just put a line, remember my stop was around about here. Okay, so that line through there, that second line here was my stop, right? So my stop was there, but my target was like 4 or 5 times that actual range there. Make sense? So when the market took off through here, I easily. So as you can see, my stop range, okay, my stop was from here down to here. So if I actually take like a screenshot of this, and then show you like on a colored level. Let me just do this through here. I'm doing this in live time, as you can see, but I want to demonstrate to you what this is all about. My stop, if just so you know, my stop was this. Okay, my stop was from here to here. That was my stop. Okay, that's how much risk I had. Now my profit target. Okay, my profit target was from here around about. I forget what it was, but it was. What was it? It was entry there, and it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's where my target was. Now what I did is I actually scaled out of this one, so I actually had a lot of trades here, and then I got out of most of my trades, and then I actually scaled it up through here, and then I actually brought my stop up to here somewhere, and then just recently got stopped out. Make sense? On my remaining contracts, so I've actually got a lot more out of that. But the whole thing is that you can see my risk to reward here, because I was looking for a big boost in the market through here. Okay, but even if you're not happy doing that, even if you're not happy waiting it that long, okay, even if you got again that same size there, okay, that's only about that's simply this one there. So this will be 1, 2, 3. Looking at it visually, okay, looking at it visually, the red is your risk, okay, the red is your risk, and the green is your profit target. Now that's what I'm talking about when it comes to, to analysis, you know what I mean? So you always want to be trying to get into that situation there. What is my risk? Is one of my profit? And you want to try to have at least a 2-to-1 every single time you get into the trade. Make sense? So let's just look at some outcomes following my rules that you've just seen in that particular trading system right there, okay? Let's actually look at some outcomes of this. So what we're talking about here is whenever we're looking at a trade, let's actually look at some potential results that can be made from this system here. And remember, when we're always trying to look at the potential, we're always looking at the probability, right? We can't make money 100% of the time, but we know we can make money on a probability basis, okay? So let's just say, for example, over the whole year, you took 100 trades, okay? You just focus on the system you just learned, and you just took 100 trades, okay? And let's just say, for example, you only got a 60% win-loss ratio. Now, that's very low. The system my personal results are more like 70% plus on the success side. But let's just say you only got just a bit better than 50-50, okay? 50-50, toss a coin, 60%, you know you're on your way there. But that's still on a low basis there, 60% win-loss ratio. And let's just say, for example, you put in just $1,000 per trade, okay? So we're not talking about a lot of money, just $1,000 per trade that you started with. Now, as you saw on there, that we try to keep our stops small and our profits bigger, right? So let's just say, for example, that you notice across the board that if you took all your stops, on average, your stops were about $200 on average, okay? So what we have here is we've taken all your stops, okay, on average, my stops were about $200. And then you took all your wins, which is your profits. Remember, now your profits are 3 times your stop, right? Which is $600 on average. Now remember, you just saw just there, right? Sometimes, and a lot of times, you can actually get 4 or 5 or 6 times your stop, which is just absolutely incredible. And the numbers are absolutely amazing when you start to look at the stop and the profit, especially when you start getting 4 times, 5 times your stop. And just imagine, it's not 60%, but now it's 70% success rate. This system is truly, truly amazing. That's why I'm giving it to you, so you can start trading it today, okay? Now, remember, let's actually look at the numbers here. 40 stop outs, which is you take 100 trades, 40 of those, which is a 60% win-loss ratio, 40 of those were stop outs, right? Times 200 equals $8,000. So that means they were the stop outs. That means you lost $8,000 over the whole year. Okay, so let's actually look at the profits here, okay? So remember, 60% of them, which was 60 out of the 100 trades over the whole year, you made $600 on average, all right? Just $600 on average. Now, that equals $36,000 in profits, okay? So let's look at this here. $36,000 in profit that you made, okay? And $8,000 was in the actual stop outs itself. Okay, so that means that this system gave in a $28,000 in profit. Okay, now this is potential income. The reason why I say it's potential income, because if you screw it up and you do really, really bad, well, then your income's likely to be a lot less, right? But if you just follow the plan that I told you and stick to the plan, then not only do you know that you can get 3 times, but sometimes you get 4 or 5 or 6 times your stop. And if you follow the plan, then you know your success rate is likely to be 70% plus. Then your income is likely to be much higher if you just follow the plan. Make sense? Now, I'm not saying you're going to make this money. Okay, I'm just telling you that here is the potential to do this, especially if you start following the rules and start to do everything I'm talking about in this video. Make sense? Are you excited? Well, now you actually understand. Okay, now you understand everything. So there we have it. You now understand a simple but powerful trading system, that if you just follow this one simple system alone, then you will be successful. And you know that, right? Just, you know yourself, right? This is a simple system and it's real easy to follow. And if all you did was just focus on this one system, you will be successful.
So if you enjoyed today's training, then I want to give you free access to my brand new trading course, and you can get it at johnsfreegift.com. See, I am going to be selling this course for $495, but I'm allowing just a select few people to try it out for free to get some feedback. Then I am going to be selling it. So let me show you exactly what I'm going to give you free access to today to try for free, as long as you give me feedback. This is exactly what you're going to get access to. This is the Breakthrough Master Course. Video number 1. I'm going to walk you through how I went from $250,000 in debt and what were the changes that made me a profitable trader. I'm also going to give you access to a brand new training I'm running where you can learn my #1 trading system that gets a 90% success rate. and how I can find these trades in 30 minutes or less per day. You're going to absolutely love that. That's my number one trading system. Also here, video number 2. This is the 10K per month plan. Video number 3 here, this is the top 30 mistakes. Video number 4, this is an amazing chart reading and trading technique here. Video number 5 and video number 6 is about a powerful explosive pattern that you can use to see when the market's likely to take off. Video number 7 is the incredible blast off system. Video number 8 is the important trade management, mind frame of a successful trader. Video number 9, number 10 is the final steps. And also there's a bonus interview with me and my mentor. Part 1, part 2, part 3 here. You can see all 3 here. So I'm giving away free access to all this here right now. As you can see, this is a full complete trading course, but I'm only doing it for a very, very, very short time frame. So this is what I want you to do right now. Go to johnsfreegift.com right now to get free access. Go do that right now.